Hey guys, I'm going to be showing you this story in a multi-part series. You may have already seen the original video of a mother who was arrested 2 years ago in Meridian, Idaho when she took her kids to a park and damaged the ego of a police officer while she was there. Now, at first glance, it appears that this arrest had something to do with these so-called stay-at-home orders. But even if you're one of those people who thinks that the government had the authority to do that, stick with me anyways, because that's not actually what this arrest was about. There were a ton of other people out there doing the same exact thing that this woman was doing. This woman was arrested for giving the officer lip, not for violating a governor's order. If you've already seen the video, I am going to be showing it here, but then we're also going to talk about some things that you might not have known about that's going on around this case, and also where the case is at today. I don't know how many parts this series will be. As you know, my videos are about government being stupid. So the number of videos I do on this incident will depend on how stupid government continues to be. At this point, it looks like there's going to be a lot of videos. Because the same officer that arrested Sarah Brady at that park 2 years ago threatened criminal charges on me for calling him today.
And instructed to say that if you call again that he's going to charge with phone harassment.
Oh, really? Did he just threaten me? So this happened in 2020 during the thingy that we're not allowed to talk about, which should tell you everything that you need to know about the thingy. The backstory is that during this time, there were a bunch of people that decided that they would meet up at the park and act like normal human beings against the orders of their mayor. After 30 minutes of playing at the park and having a good time, the police showed up, and this is what happened. I did review this live on another channel called Fake News Network, and this is the edited, cut-down version of that. There's quite a few people there that showed up just to play at the park, just to act like normal human beings.
3 police officers showed up just now. We've been here for maybe about a half an hour. You guys gonna stay here?
Wait, we're gonna contact Wesley. Should we? Or should we leave it?
I don't know who Wesley is, but
He's going around talking to everybody, I guess.
he sounds like a badass. Oh, Wesley's a 3%er. All right. You guys catch that? Wesley's a 3%er. You guys know what a 3%er is? They're like, hey, let's call Wesley. I'm thinking, dude, Wesley's probably going to lay the law down. You know, they're talking about calling Wesley. Usually when someone's breaking the law, you're like, hey, man, I'm going to call the cops on this guy. But now the cops are breaking the law, and they're like, hey, man, I'm going to call Wesley on the cops. You guys know what a 3%er is? A 3%er? No, it is not a militia. It's a bunch of LARPers who dress up.
LARPing basically involves coming up with a character, giving it a background, making costumes and props for it, and then acting out a story.
We're currently in Stage Point Delta of the continent of Antioch.
LARPing basically involves coming up with a character, giving it a background, making costumes and props for it, and then acting out a story.
We're currently in Stage Point Delta of the continent of Antioch.
They put all kinds of gear on, like bulletproof vests and like camo clothing, and they'll carry guns around. And they talk about my constitution, talking about, oh, my Second Amendment is to defend against tyranny. And then they parade around in little cute outfits, and then they go home. So that's what a 3%er is.
This is LARPing.
Let me say this. All of these women and children at this park are a hell of a lot more badass than any claimed 3%er that I ever met. Don't get me wrong about this 3%er thing either. I'm not trying to say that anybody should take up arms against tyrants like this. I'm just saying that it gets old when people say, oh, I'll defend my freedom and liberty to the death. I'll fight them. No, you won't. No, you won't. Just shut the hell up. You know? I mean, that's okay that you won't. I won't. I won't do it, okay? But stop saying you will, because you never have and you never will. Just stop saying it. Just shut up.
So what did he say? That if we stay on the grass, we're okay? But if we go on the playground?
The playground is closed, yeah.
Oh.
That's why it's taped
Gosh.
off. You can be at the park.
I love that you have your baby and that you're carrying openly. This is like...
100%. This is how the mamas do it.
It's a private park until daytime. The city owns it. It's closed.
It's not a private park, it's a public park.
It is public, and we can close it, and we're closing it.
Okay, under what grounds?
I just told you. We can close it
I'm sorry, I
anytime.
didn't hear you. You don't need to talk to me rude. I'm just a mom with my kids.
You guys gotta go. Let's go get your kids.
So you're saying it's closed right here?
I am saying the playground is closed.
Okay, my
So
kids
get
are
your
on
kids
there.
out to playground.
Are you going to take us off?
I can cite all of you.
You're going to arrest us all? You just said you're arrested.
I said you can be cited or arrested. I'm trying to be nice here.
That wasn't so nice.
Well, I gotta yell so you guys can hear me.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
What's your name and your badge number?
Fiscuss 3094.
Sergeant Fiscuss 3094.
I got to go with these people.
What is going on?
Not your fault.
COVID scare, yeah. I guess all this tape, like on that statue, was on all this stuff, and I guess people tore it off. So I'm sorry. I wish you could stay and play. Some angry kids, I get it.
Hi guys.
So sorry. Hopefully this thing will open up soon. Okay. You guys have any questions?
Well, it's a public park, so I do wonder why it's being closed when it's a public park. I mean, we're not breaking a law.
Well, the city closed it, and the city can close the park at any time.
Under what grounds? Under what grounds can they just come in and...
The city code says they can.
But we have to
With the
still pay
city-
taxes. Right? I mean, we're paying taxes down. We don't get a refund on the parks we're
I am
paying
not
for.
the one to argue with. The one to argue with, if you don't like it, is the mayor or the parks director. I'm just a law enforcement officer, and I've been asked to come here and make sure everyone leaves. So,
Right, you're the line of enforcement on an order that, quite frankly, is unconstitutional.
okay, that's something to take up with the mayor and the parks director.
But you're enforcing it right now.
Yeah,
It's
and
your choice, right?
I could enforce it. I could charge people, but I don't want to do that.
Have you done
Yeah.
that? Have you
I
done
have
that at
not.
any point?
I have not. And I
Okay,
don't
do you
want
plan to? If people decide to...
Ma'am, don't get mad at me.
I'm not-
just
we're
out here. I'm
frustrated.
trying to.
Right.
So this
Don't
is
be
the
mad
deal.
at us. We're just the moms are paying taxes and frustrated with this whole thing.
I pay
Yeah.
taxes too, and I'm frustrated with it as well. But you gotta leave the park.
Or what?
Well, the playground.
So we can be over there on the green grassy area.
Absolutely.
On the
I
path
don't,
with
it doesn't always
scooters.
doesn't make sense to me.
Whoever wants to talk, this is the parks guy. He can tell you exactly what you can and can't do. I will tell you, the playground is closed. We told you that. Okay?
Or you can talk to this gentleman.
Well, man,
Well, he's not for, like, so he might be the park director, though, but he's not going to cite us, and he's not going to arrest us, or he's
but
not
he
going
can ask me to
charge.
cite or arrest you.
Bam. See, these women they got it together. They get it. They see what's going on. Okay, sure, he can tell you what the rules are, but he's not the one who's going to put hands on me. You are the stupid, brainless order follower who's going to do anything that you're told by someone that you perceive to be authority, no matter how much it might violate your own conscience and no matter how wrong you know it. These women are far more powerful than any 3%er I've ever seen.
Okay, so what would you be citing us for?
Trespassing.
On the public playgrounds
Public property.
that we pay for.
It was closed
But we
by
have the right to peaceably assemble.
closed by the mayor's and director's order.
So it's up to you if you decide you would like to press charges or gotcha. No, we're just moms.
We're just trying to protect people here.
Right.
Out in the air with the sun.
Right. Protect us from getting vitamin D and letting our kids play in the sunshine. I mean,
You guys, you haven't read that the virus stays on plastic for like 72 hours and stuff like that?
So it doesn't stay on plastic in Costco or anywhere else. Places are open with social
This is kind of a
distancing.
gotcha thing, isn't
No,
it?
we have right.
What do you mean is this a gotcha thing? I don't know. Do you feel like they just got you?
It's organized to do this.
No, we're just tired of
No,
this.
so all of you just showed up.
we showed up here so we could let our kids play and have a play date.
It's the mayor's order.
We showed up and it doesn't look close to us.
Yeah.
So this is Sarah Brady right here. She is park mom. As you can see, there are tons of park moms here today. The difference between Sarah Brady and all the other moms who didn't get arrested is that Sarah Brady triggered this cop's ego. She questioned his authority.
Ma'am, I have told you to exit numerous times. This is it. Exit the playground area now. And I really am trying to be nice to everyone.
Doesn't sound like a nice guy.
Because you guys aren't listening. I just told you exit the playground area. It's
But
easy.
we're not trespassing. Are you gonna
Ma'am.
cite everyone for not social distancing
Ma'am.
over here?
Ma'am.
Are you going to arrest people for not social
You have
distancing?
5 seconds. 3.
Arrest me for being at the park. Do it. Report it.
Okay, this is not. Officer, you don't want to do that. Officer, you don't.
You're being detained right now.
Am I being arrested or detained? Am I arrested or detained? Someone call Idaho Freedom Foundation right now and get them on the phone.
Call now. I'm recording. Someone else call. Okay, can you call?
Just a year ago, I couldn't talk about this on my main channel. I'd lose my channel over it. When you're not allowed to speak freely about something, about a topic, that should tell you everything that you need to know about that topic. Cutting out a person's tongue doesn't prove them a liar. It proves that you're afraid of what they have to say.
Congregate in the grass, but they kids can't play on the playground?
So they're allowed to play in the park. They're allowed to be on the grass. They're allowed to be on the mulch, wood chips, whatever. They cannot be on the playground equipment. That's what they're saying. They had taped off the playground equipment. Sarah Brady wasn't playing on the playground equipment. I didn't see her on a swing, a slide. I didn't see her on monkey bars. Okay, so technically she's not even actually breaking the rules. By being there at the park, she would only be breaking the rules if she were on the playground equipment. But this had nothing to do with that. Look at all the other people standing there. Right next to her. Right next to her. Come on, there's no logic in that. If she's under arrest, everybody standing next to her should be under arrest. If it were based on trespassing or even violating some governor's order. That's not what it was. She triggered his ego. Nobody else did. Nobody else talked back to him like she did.
Sarah is being arrested.
You can let her go, or you're gonna be.
Oh man, who am I gonna talk to? Simpson?
The mayor.
I think someone in the background said something like, you need to let her go. You're gonna face the consequences. That's the problem too. There's no consequences. If there were consequences for his actions, he probably would have thought and made his own choices rather than just obeying somebody else. If he were responsible for his own actions, he's not. It's been 2 years. He's not been held. He's not been held responsible for his actions. As a matter of fact, Sarah Brady has been shamed for not licking his boots.
Okay, so just kind of person to person, I mean, do you think that it makes sense to close the park down when, people are going to the grocery store, they're touching everything?
She's trying to appeal to his humanity. You'll see, though, he doesn't have it. It's not there. She's trying to, person to person, she's trying to appeal to this robot of the state as a human being. But he's abandoned what makes him a human being. In the next section of this video, we'll show how this woman tried to appeal to the humanity of a police officer and found out that it's non-existent. The conversation that's about to happen is so powerful and so revealing that I'm gonna make it a video of its own. After that will be the video that I know you're all gonna be looking forward to, where I call and actually get a hold of this arresting officer on the phone. He hangs up on me, and when I try to call back again, he threatens to have me arrested for harassment.
Sorry, sir, you were speaking to my I guess he disconnected the phone call and instructed to say that if you call again that he's going to charge with phone harassment.
Oh, really? Did he just threaten me? Oh, you can tell him he can go fuck himself. You understand?
Yes, sir.
You tell him you want my real name? You want my address? My name is James. You write it down. Write it down, son.
What?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll give you all the information you want because I want him to make damn sure to carry out that threat, to prosecute me for seeking redress with my government. If you could please let him know that I would prefer that I speak to him directly and he make his threats directly instead of like a coward through a third party. I also have a phone conversation with his lieutenant and with the Office of the Attorney General. I also have pictures of Attorney General Lawrence Wasden, who's prosecuting Sarah for trespassing in a public park, also trespassing in a park himself, remaining inside of a park after closing time. Also, Sarah Brady is still being prosecuted on this ridiculous case, so I'll be giving you some information about what's happened over the last couple of years. Again, this will be a multi-part series, and only the stupidity of government will determine exactly how many parts it is. Because guess what? I'm not like those bootlickers out there, son. You fucked with the wrong one this time.